Travel-wise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
Welcome to the winter season of Travel-wise with Phil Blizzard, which will feature a mix of insightful interviews with travel and tourism industry leaders from across the Caribbean countries, along with off-the-beaten-track travel vignettes from several destinations in Thailand as well as Turkey. In this podcast, Phil Blizzard discovers that Anguilla is the AI capital of the world as he talks the Honorable Cardigan Connor, Minister of Health, Tourism and Sports, Anguilla, and also cricket legend Joel Gardner about his role in promoting the sport. So let's get traveling with Travel-wise.
Travel-wise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
Traveling around the Caribbean, and my final interview has been a fascinating few days. Tell us your name, who you represent, and the nation you represent.
Right. Cardigan Connor. I'm from Anguilla. I'm the Minister of Health, Tourism and Sports.
Right, sports we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about .ai, but first of all, the conference is about tourism, the state of play, basically.
Right.
And I say play because you're a former cricketer.
Sure.
We're going to be talking sport. What's it been like for you? What have you achieved in the first 6 months of this year?
And that's a very good question. What have I achieved? It's always, the challenge is always when you're transitioning from one government to the next. The fortunate thing is that having been in government before, then I've got a pretty good idea of exactly what is expected. With tourism and sports, that was actually a portfolio I had before in 2015 to 2020 as parliamentary secretary. So in that sense, it was a case of just picking up from where we left off. Right. And the key was to make sure that we build on the foundation that was laid. And one of the things that we wanted to bring to the industry was really sports tourism. Because when you consider that for what we do right now in Anguilla, I think we cover quite a bit regarding selling the beaches and the hotels, but there's something special about, and it's all about people.
Which sports are you going to be focusing on?
We're going to focus on tennis. Again, that will be played, what we call the Anguilla Cup. That will be played in November of next year. And also golf. Golf is another sport that again, a beautiful golf course designed by Greg Norman at Aurora in Anguilla. And there are a number of tours and companies that will take advantage of that, but also more and more personnel from the Caribbean are very much interested in the game. But ultimately, it is about introducing the game to our youngsters as well, that one day they can either have a job from that, get some scholarships, and even end up being a professional athlete at it.
That's what I was going to ask you. What sort of level are you targeting? But I think you've covered it all there with that response. So,
yeah.
And the other sport, your national sport?
Well, boat racing is regarded as our national sport, and there's something special about that in the sense that all of the island is into it. It has a history to it. That's why we call it a national sport. Cricket is what more of the Caribbean can relate us to, whether myself having played at Hampshire for a number of years, Omari Banks and Jamal Hamilton having played for the West Indies, even Casey Carty, who, although born in St. Martin, represents Anguilla. But again, I think is that although we play majority of the sports that's out there, the football, basketball, but again, on a small island of 15,000 population, you tend to again, focus on those that can take us to places. And even track and field, if you consider that in England right now, or Britain, when you got Zarnell Hughes, who is the record holder in 100 meters and 200, again, born in Anguilla, represented Anguilla up to the age of 17, 18, and then went off to, and is now representing Great Britain. Yeah. And there's
fantastic achievement.
It is, and I think what is vitally important is that when we talk about tourism and everybody's involved, we also want to bring something to our people to say that they can actually be part of it. It's not just working in the industry, but actually competing and be an attraction as well.
Now, the other aspect of this conference has been research, data collection. You are the place for data with having the domain .ai. So,
Yes.
I mean, the part that's being a very wealthy economic driver, bringing lots of revenue to your government.
Yes.
What else can you do with it?
We could do a lot. It's about education. You know what is vitally interesting is you have to move ahead of the times. We can't just focus on how we grow up and the likes, but the fact is it's here today and the world is using it. And the fact that little Anguilla, our small island, is the island that's associated with .ai, we have to do the best that we can to take advantage of that or utilize it. And the best way to do that is to make sure that our youngsters are educated through .ai, that they're very proficient in it. And again, so it really means something when we say that Anguilla is the home of .ai.
So what events will you be having to support your development of AI?
Well, we'll have the awards, the .ai awards. That again is easy. We will look to have a number of conventions where we can bring in the best of them to Anguilla. So it is a case of .ai means something. It's not just something that's out there in space. It is, if it's linked to this island, a small, beautiful island in the Caribbean, then it sells the story even more. So I think God has blessed us with a beautiful island, and the fact that the world wants to tap into .ai, and it gives us a great vehicle for us to really promote our destination as well.
Yeah. You said blessed, I think doubly blessed.
Doubly blessed, yeah. We thank God every day, morning and night, morning and night.
Big smile on your face, says it
all.
Well,
why wouldn't I be?
Exactly,
why wouldn't I have one?
Well, thank you very much indeed for joining us on Breaking Travel News, and wish you well with the World Travel Awards.ai. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for spreading the word about Anguilla and .ai.
Pleasure.
Travel-wise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
Breaking travel news in Bermuda, looking at tourism, looking at sports tourism right now, and when we have the pleasure to talk to Joel Gardner, sporting legend, and helping to sell sports tourism. So welcome to our interview here.
Thank you.
So we have something in common. You play for Somerset, I'm from Somerset, so do you have memories of Weston-super-Mare?
I have fond memories of Somerset, all over Somerset. I was there up to about 2 weeks ago. I went to Glastonbury, I went to the street, I was,
Okay. You went to the festival?
No.
A bit of soccer music there.
No, I went there promoting cricket.
So, promoting cricket, that's what you're doing. And how are you doing it here and across the world to promote sports tourism across the Caribbean?
Well, what we've been doing is inviting the different teams. All we're doing is building on what we had before. And I think what we have to do is go and we sell it again and encourage people to come around and play with us, because most of you would look around and see that a lot of the fellas who are playing junior cricket for the West Indies or playing cricket for the West Indies would have come through the tournaments that we run.
You were saying on your panel discussion that other countries, other destinations are taking away some of the training aspects. I'm thinking of Dubai because that's where we're based.
Yeah, that is one of the problems. Previously, we had four companies come in every year, 4 different companies. Hampshire is about the only company that was consistent, and they sort of took one of the grounds, local grounds, and said, okay, this is our designated ground. But I think that what is happening is that we have to go and let them know that we still have the facilities available for them to have, proper cricket pre-season. Yeah.
Well, it's my first time in Barbados. Wondering, a wonderful first few days. When is the main cricket season here?
Our cricket season used to be during your cricket summer, but they've adjusted it, and we would start sometimes in October and go right away through to February, March. But there's some odd cricket competitions going on. I think we'll have cricket on this weekend as well.
So as a visitor to Barbados, I was just wondering, the atmosphere here is legendary. How does it compare with cricket in the UK?
No comparison. No comparison. It's loud, it's noisy. It's everything else opposite of what you would encounter in England.
So, sounds absolutely wonderful. So look forward to seeing it some stage. And Joel, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Travel-wise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
And if you'd like to have your own podcast, do drop me an email on philblizzardmedia@gmail.com.
A Phil Blizzard radio production.
Available on Apple, Amazon, Anguilla, Spotify, Deezer and all good podcast channels, and also now on YouTube.